Today on our story, we're featuring Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. Dr. Van Sertima was born in Guyana, January 26, 1935, and he passed May the 25th, 2009. Dr. Van Sertima was a British Associate Professor of African Studies at Rutgers University in the United States. He was best known for his Olmec alternative origin speculation, a brand of pre-Columbian contact theories, which he proposed in his book, They Came Before Columbus. Dr. Van Sertima was a great and intensive writer. I only knew him from his videos online, but boy, he is a fact checker for real. Dr. Van Sertima had popular books, and his most popular book was They Came Before Columbus. He also wrote The Golden Age of the Moors, Blacks in Science. He wrote numerous books. And he also did numerous archaeological research recordings. The recording of not so much doing the digging. He did the recording of what they found and whatnot. And in his research book that came before Columbus, he does an intensive depth into the Olmec Yucatan Peninsula statues. And he definitely proved that they were of African origin, which for some reason, debates about Africans being in America is just totally absurd, they say. But Dr. Sertima proved them 100% wrong. So hats off to Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. And if you get a chance, you can go online and you can find his videos. They're very, very, very inspiring. His books, if you are young and want to have to do research, a real good one is The Golden Age of the Moors. That's a good book. Read that book. If you want to do some research and you have to do a paper, that's a good book to do a paper on. Another good book is They Came Before Columbus. That's a good book to do some research on too, because he goes on to trace stuff all the way, even the cotton and the cocaine that they found in the mummies in Egypt. He goes all the way into it, and proving that the Egyptians sailed over here, because a lot of the mummies have this type of cotton that only grows in America in their burial ceremonies. And they had this certain type of cocaine that only grows here too. So interesting stuff, which debunks everything the European scholars are saying, which he, once again, I think he was at UNESCO too, the United Conference, where Black people got to prove that they are Africans and all this kind of stuff, so they got to prove that the Olmecs were Black, the Egyptians were Black. They got to prove everything. So once again, we want to take our hat off to Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, a very scholastic guy, and did the intensive legwork of research. So if you're interested in any of those books, he's on Amazon, and he has hundreds of lectures online. So check him out. Good speaker and good writer. And thanks for joining us on our story.